Hello and welcome to episode 3 from the Fresno County Veteran Service Office. My name is David Rose, the Fresno County Veteran Service Officer, and today we will be talking about CalVet's most popular veteran benefit, the tuition fee waiver for dependents. This means that your dependents and possibly your spouse may be eligible to go to college tuition-free in California. This tuition waiver is accepted at any CSU, UC, or community college in the state of California, but the veteran can live outside the state of California and does not have to be present. This benefit is administered by CalVet and processed at the county level for approval, so it is not a federal VA benefit, but a state level benefit for dependents of disabled veterans. There are actually 4 plans that are available, yet today we will only cover Plan A and B as they make up at least 99% of all applications we process. Plan C and D will be available on this video so that you can see how to apply and where to apply, but like I said, it makes up only about 1% of the total gross applications we receive. So first we're going to start with Plan B. The reason being is it's the easiest to qualify for, and it is by far the most used. About 90% of all applications fall under Plan B, and it is only for children of disabled veterans. So for the child to be eligible, the veteran must be 0% service connected or more, and there's no age limit. However, there is an income threshold for the student, not income of the parents. I'm asked that all the time, and it's currently $13,300 for the year 2019 poverty level, and it changes a little bit every year. All plans are based on the school's academic year, which is normally fall through summer, yet the income is based on the previous tax year. So just keep that in mind. For example, 2019 taxes are used for a tuition fee waiver for 2020 and 2021, and so on and so on. So there's 4 documents or 4 elements that need to be satisfied in order to get the Plan B approved. So first we need a current DVS 40, which is the name of the application, and that can be found on our website, CalVet's website, and it's also distributed to all the California schools as well. We need a birth certificate linking the student to the veteran, and stepchildren and adoptions are allowable as long as the adoption or the marriage took place before the child's 23rd birthday. And we will need documentation for that as well. And the third element is proof of previous year's income. And this can be in the form of either a signed 1040-EZ, or if there was no income, we can get an IRS non-filing letter. Due to the current situation with the pandemic, CalVet has come up with a temporary non-filing letter that the student signs and is acceptable and can be approved for the processing of the application. And last but not least, we need a copy of the veteran's award letter showing that they're service connected at 0% or more. So those are the 4 elements for Plan B. Plan A is a little different. It is for spouses and children of veterans, but only veterans that are service connected at 100% disability level, or IU, which is payable at 100%, and they're both eligible. This benefit cannot be used in conjunction with Chapter 35 VA educational benefits for the spouse. For the child, it can be if the child falls under the poverty level, then we would go to Plan B and he'd be eligible, or they would be eligible for both. So when we're talking about the spouse, all we need is, there's no income requirement, so no proof of income, but we do need the marriage certificate showing them married to the veteran, and a copy of the award letter awarding the veteran 100%, and of course a completed DVS 40 application. Now that we've talked about Plan A and Plan B, We're going to talk about the process of how this is accomplished. The application and all supporting documents need to be submitted to the Fresno County Veteran Service Office via any method possible. Once received, the application will be checked for completeness and accuracy as per CalVet Procedures Manual. If approved, the Fresno County Veteran Service Office will fax a letter directly to the school of choice and mail a complimentary letter to the student. If denied, we will also send the denial letter to the student with procedures on appealing. Because if denied, a letter will be mailed to the student with CalVet appeal procedures. The county office does not have jurisdiction over the appeal process for denied waivers. So we've talked about Plan A and Plan B. Plan C and D has to be applied through CalVet, and we will post the contact information and the eligibility requirements also on this video. But like I say, that makes up only about 1% of the state's applications. A few important things that I want you to be aware of. When it comes to graduate programs, that'd be a master's degree, you need to check with your school on if they accept it, because just because they're on the campus does not mean they accept it. They could be a private institution that does not want to take the fee waiver. So contact your school to find out about that. I want you to also know that for spouses or children, they each can pick 2 schools per academic year. That happens quite often when they want to take summer school somewhere and then start fall semester at a different school. This benefit is applied for every year. This is important because it is dependent on the income. And so we have to re-verify the income and determine eligibility every year for this program. And so the process is the same every year. If you need any more assistance for this program, or you need to file a claim to get service connected so that your dependents will be eligible for this program, please contact the Fresno County Veteran Service Office, and thank you for your service. Greetings and welcome to episode 5 of the YouTube series for the Fresno County Veteran Service Office. My name is David Rose and I'm the Fresno County Veteran Service Officer, and today we will be talking about VA survivor benefits. Of course, nobody wants to think of that day that they're going to lose their loved one, but in that instance that it happens, there are benefits available. When speaking about VA survivors benefits, there are 2 different types. And depending on the veteran situation and the surviving spouse's situation, both come into play here. Just a caveat, parents and adult children of veterans have very limited eligibility, so for the content of this episode, we will discuss just the surviving spouse. Of course, if you have any questions about adult, children, or parents, please contact our office as we can guide you through that process as well. First, I will cover Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, otherwise known as DIC. It's an acronym, much easier to say. This benefit, if approved, results in a much higher compensation package, and if eligible, there are several ways to be eligible. The first way is the veteran has to have passed away from a service-connected condition, and that condition must be listed on the death certificate as a main cause or a contributing cause. Either way works fine. Or the veteran had a VA disability rating of 100% for 10 years or more, or the veteran was killed in the line of duty. And now we will talk about spouse eligibility. The spouse was married to the veteran or service member for at least 1 year before his death, or had a child with the veteran, isn't currently remarried, and either lived with the veteran or service member without break until their death, or if separated, was at no fault of the spouses. So not only does the veteran need to be eligible, but so does the surviving spouse. The end result, if approved for DIC, currently pays a tax-free amount monthly of $1,340.14 and goes up every year with the cost of living. Other benefits to this package is the VA home loan eligibility can also be transferred to the spouse. The spouse also receives health care through a program called CHAMP VA. It is normally a secondary insurance to Medicare. However, if they don't have any other insurance, it will be primary insurance. They also get issued a military ID from the Department of Defense, which gives them base access and other privileges. Now I'll go on to the other benefit, which is known as survivor's pension. And what I will do is clarify the word pension, because it's not pension that you paid into, and it's not like a teacher's pension. It's just a name that the VA uses, and it's income-based and healthcare-based. So the spouse is eligible if the veteran was eligible, whether or not he used that program. Veteran must have 1 day of wartime service as declared by Congress. Veteran did not need to be in combat, but just served during that time. If the veteran served before September 7th, 1980, then he only needed 180 days of continuous active duty. After that date, it was changed to 24 months of continuous active duty to be eligible for the program. And must have an honorable, general, or other than honorable discharge on their DD-214. This program is an income-driven benefit, which means it is only for those making less than $768 per month. However, the VA has a process to reduce your monthly income by subtracting out-of-pocket medical expenses, which can increase your monetary benefit. Any out-of-pocket healthcare cost is used for this. So for instance, if a surviving spouse is getting $1,000 Social Security income and she has out-of-pocket expenses of $1,000, then the VA can reduce her countable income to zero, therefore maximizing the full benefit. She'll still receive the Social Security and, in addition, the survivor's pension amount she's eligible for. So for both programs, I have more information about how to increase the monthly benefit. There are higher rates of pay if there are minor children still in the household. There's higher rates of pay if housebound criteria is met for the surviving spouse, which means she can't leave the house without the help of another person. And also the highest paying benefit is aid and attendance, which means they need help with daily acts of living, such as feeding, clothing, bathing, shopping, stuff like that. And must be approved by a doctor on a VA form, of course. To speak about aid and attendance, it is not a benefit by itself. It doesn't stand alone. We get a lot of calls asking for aid and attendance, and the truth is you have to be either in receipt of DIC or eligible for pension. And so then we add that on, and it's an extra amount, so it pays the highest if you get approved for that also. Well, I've covered both of the survivors benefit programs for spouses, and please contact the Fresno County Veteran Service Office for assistance. Our veteran service representatives have done thousands of these claims and will be more than willing to assist throughout the entire process. Thank you very much for your service.